What's up everyone? Hope all is good. Firstly, I wanted to say huge thanks to everyone who supported our announcement of going back to Formula Drift with RTR last week. I was absolutely blown away by the response. So many comments, just a lot of positive vibes with us going back. It's really exciting to see such support, and I can't wait to go back to the US. It's been quite a while since we drove in front of a packed Formula Drift event. To be going back with a brand new team, new challenge and everything else, it's just going to be crazy. A few questions a lot of people have been asking me, because it's just impossible to get back to everybody, but there was quite a few people asking, is the car going to be right hand drive? And yes, the RTR team are building a brand new chassis. It's going to be right hand drive. They're making huge progress with this car at the moment. Yeah, I can't wait to actually see the competition car that we're going to be using this year. I'm extremely excited to get back out to America, hopefully in the next 3-4 weeks, and we're aiming to test before Long Beach. Another big question people are asking was if we're going to be doing all of the Formula Drift Championship, and yes, we are doing all 8 rounds in the right hand drive Ford Mustang RTR Spec 5 FD, and it's going to be crazy. I really can't wait to get out there and see what the new car is going to be like, see what it's going to feel like, and we definitely have a lot to learn, but I'm super excited to get back. So in this week's video, we're going to be looking around the workshop here. There's quite a bit going on. We're going to go through our European plans for this year. We have a lot of exciting things coming in Europe as well. We're not just going to be in the US, so still a lot of our own things happening here. Firstly, we're going to go back to the rebuild. If you remember from last year, we started stripping the original Falcon S14, and we've been making some good progress with that. So let's jump in there now, and then we'll come back to the other cars and what events we're planning to do this year. Today we are on the way to Mikey's body shop. We're dropping off the S14.9 and we're collecting the original S14. So our first Falcon car, which was built for European competition back in 2014. Mikey's after giving me a full refresh, and yeah, can't wait to get this car back in action. When was the last time it was used? I think, oh man 2020. Yeah, 2020, just after we stopped competing in Formula Drift. Oh man was the next thing we did, and then the world changed with COVID, so that car hasn't been used since then, but it's definitely going to be back on track again this year. So S14.9 about to be unloaded. I'm so excited to have this car back and rebuilt and cleaner and better than ever. Like, the finish Mikey got in the inside is so smooth. Everything's so smooth, so glossy. Very happy with it. And repainted and relacquered the roof, so all the little dents from over the years are fixed. All repainted in the back. There was lots of little marks and stuff, and marks from drifting over the years, so just all refreshed. Yeah, I'm absolutely delighted with it, so I can't wait to put this car back together. Also, Mikey repainted all the body kit, the doors, all the body kit is here, sitting on a couple of other cars he has here. It's actually my nephew Chris's 180SX in for a full paint job as well. But everything is painted and ready to go, just covered in a nice layer of dust. So OG is coming back. Let's get her out. When you see this now, we'll actually get the other car out here next to it and compare what one looks like after a season and before a season. So here they are, the S14.9 stripped and ready for a freshen up, and this car just after getting a full freshen up. It's cool to see them side by side and see the little differences between the two cars over the years. But yeah, when you see the difference of white before you go drifting to after a hard season of drifting. Two class cars now, so as we said before, I'm not sure if you remember, we changed the roll cage in this car as well to bring it up to the same spec as this car, so they're basically like twins now, with the roll cage, the main hoop as far back as we can go, and just a lot of nice changes made. A serious car. be nice to see it back in action. We don't have any plans for this car as of yet, but it's just a car that I never wanted to let go of. Why do I have scissors in my pocket? Oh yeah. What? Yeah, a car that I never wanted to let go of, and something that just needed a freshen up. So if it's going to be class to see it all back together and like new again. It's cool to see the little differences in them.
Yeah.
When they're side by side. Not crazy amounts, no, to be honest. But small bits and pieces. We've had some history in this car over the years. So was it hard work, Mikey?
Yeah, it's small bit, right.
Small bit.
Not too bad.
Nah, it turned out really good. Like, having the finish on the inside is just worth anything because it makes it so easy to clean. RX-7 next. Hint hint.
Yeah.
Maybe. Something happening with that too. Let's see. Back home. Fresh new ACT clutch kits in for the year. Oh, Samsona's ready to pop into the original S14 with the engine sitting in her now, laid in place. Fresh new ACT clutch, all sitting into it, so nice to be bringing this car back together. The guys have the intercooler mounted, a lot of small little jobs done. Fresh wise fab on the front, fresh cross member. Everything powder coated and looking nice on the car. We also rebuilt the quick change as well, so that's fresh and mint in the back. Guys doing their morning workout.
Second one.
Yeah.
Hi.
Oh yeah, lovely. So now we have the S14 rolling on the ground with the engine and Samsona's all sitting in it. You can see the front on it now as well with the FMIC intercooler, oil cooler, and we have the power steering mounted here. And yeah, it's taking shape nicely. So we're kind of at a standstill a little bit now at the moment with this car because we're waiting for the Alcon brakes to come to have it fully rolling and finished. And we also have some fresh ECU Master products coming for this car. So then we're gonna send it off and get a full new wiring loom, and then it's going to be coming back together really quick once that's done. Once it's wired, once we have all the ECU Master products fitted, it's going to come together really quick. I think in about 3 weeks time it's going to be going to get wired, and we'll be taking you through that when the time comes. So that's pretty much that car for now. As it's this time of the year, it's a very busy time in the workshop getting all the cars ready for the new season. We have the Falcon Tires Eurofighter just on the ramp now. We've been staying on top of this car quite well over the season, so the Samsona's transmission is freshly rebuilt in this car, but this engine has been in here since the start of 2021. We just freshened up the ACL race bearings, but now we're going to be pulling this engine out and giving the whole engine a full refresh with BC parts, ACL race bearings, fresh head gasket and everything like that. So the car will be getting stripped, I would say later today probably. And that's the next one that's going to be going to my brother for a full engine refresh. The rest of the car is sweet. We broke a Winters quick change earlier this year at Goodwood, doing an event with them, so there's a fresh Winters in that car now, so that's pretty much all up to date. As I said, the transmission is fresh. There's fresh wise fab on it. It's in really good condition. Just a few marks for Mikey to tidy up in the bodywork, just some battle scars this year at LZ Festival, and same on the rear bumper, but the rest of the car is absolutely mint. So a few small bits to tidy up, and then that's this car pretty much ready to go. I wanted to take you through all of the cars and just give you a little update as to what we're doing in the off season. And here we have the S14.9 at Mikey's place, all stripped down, getting the chassis 100% after the crash we had in Germany. So it's up in the jig on the bench at the moment. This side is absolutely perfect. We cut off the old rear frame, which we just temporarily straightened to get us through the last couple of rounds of Drift Masters. And now we have both legs straight on the back, and it's pretty much ready for the new frame for the back of the car. We cut the tub out here underneath so you could dolly it up all nice and have it 100% again. So after this is all repaired from the help of this man, she's gonna be perfect. Yeah, next step down to Harney's, and we'll be getting a new rear frame fabricated for the back, and then it'll be back to Mikey, tidy up a couple of the rough edges around the car, and she'll be all repainted. I think we'll show you the RX-7. A lot of people have been asking about that car and where it's been for the last while, so I'll quickly show you guys that car, talk about what we've planned for that, and then we'll get to the events we're doing this year. So one car that we haven't seen for quite a while, and a lot of people have been even asking me, do I still have it, is the RX-7. And she has been sitting in storage for quite a while. And we're going to be seeing a lot more of this car this year. So it's actually one of my favourite cars, to be honest. I absolutely love the thing. We built it originally back for the 2009 season. The last version we had of this car was with the SR20, which was the Mazworks 2.4 SR with the VE head, making 600 horsepower. I absolutely loved it with that setup. It was really fun. But after selling that engine, and there's a big reason why. So we have new plans for it. I'm gonna let you guys guess for now what we might be doing with it. All I can say is I'm very, very excited to bring this car back to life, aiming to have it back in life this year. Tidying the whole car up, we'll be painting under the bonnet, just tidying up the chassis, a few rough edges like around the front, and just tidying everything up, a refresh, and she'll be coming back definitely a lot crazier than ever before. So what do you think?
I'm most looking forward to this one.
Yeah, it's a big project, but we'll be getting into it a lot more once we get everything finalized. But I'm very excited about it too. Do you want to say anything about that now?
No.
Yeah, she'll be an interesting machine as well one day. Michael's original PS13. So that's it pretty much with all our cars. A lot going on, especially before the start of the season, and we'll run through the events with you once we get back to the workshop. But we have a lot going on this year in Europe as well as the US. So when it comes to events this year, we have quite a lot planned in Europe. So we're starting off with doing the first round of Drift Masters in Mondello Park in Ireland. So home event in May. Really looking forward to that event. Last year it was unbelievable with record-breaking attendance for an Irish drifting competition. Then we're going to the 24-hour race at the Nürburgring with Falcon Tires. All the Falcon Tires team there. We're going back, probably taking the Eurofighter, doing some passenger rides, and putting on a demo as well before qualifying on a Friday night, which is absolutely crazy. 40 or 50,000 people watching us there in the evening, so that's always a great buzz. Then we're going to Göteborg Summer Festival in Mantorp Park in Sweden, and it's the first time I'm ever going to a Göteborg event with one of my own cars. We're planning to take the Eurofighter there. Going to be driving all over the weekend and having a great time at this event. It's probably the event I'm looking forward to the most of the summer in Europe. I've always wanted to take one of my own cars there. I have visited their events before in Norway, driving the Drift Monkey Supra and the Drift Monkey S15, so had an unreal experience back then. That's over 10 years ago. Now we're going to be going back with one of our own cars, and super excited. We got some exciting plans coming for that, working with them closely, and I think there'll be a lot of fun stuff happening around that event. So moving forward, we're going to be picking another round of Drift Masters European Championship to compete in. We're not exactly sure which one yet. We also have another huge event that's going to be announced in the near future, which we're going to be potentially unveiling the RX-7 at. That's a lot of the plans. As I said, there's a few extra events there that we can't announce just yet. We're just waiting on final details, but it looks like this year we're going to have each one of the 4 cars running at some event in Europe. We're also planning to do maybe one of our own events, which is going to be very exciting, and we're working on planning that as well at the moment. So there's a hell of a lot going on between everything we have going on in Europe, driving for RTR in the USA. It's going to be a busy season, but I'm very fortunate to have great support around me with my team here in Europe, family, friends, and everyone that helps, and the RTR team taking care of everything in the US. So it's gonna be a crazy year, but I'm super excited about it, and I can't wait to take you all on the ride and make some memories for life. So thank you all very much for supporting as always. Yeah, we'll keep pushing forward, and see you in the next video.